What's going on, guys? So in this video I got a gameplay for you guys in 3 strikes on Apex Legends, the LTM that's happening right now, and I'm cutting out all the boring parts, so it's mostly just going to be the action for you guys. And I'm just going to be talking about all the different classes from Gears 5 horde mode, like imagining if they came into Apex Legends and they were the playable characters in Apex Legends, which some of them definitely would be not the greatest or too overpowered or not work so well. Of course, it's not made for that, but it's just like a interesting thought, you know, that I'm going through right now. So the first class I'm going to talk about is the Blademaster class. His class, with his ultimate ability, his melees shock you and then anybody near you as well. So it's like if anybody's grouped up together, it'll like basically kill them all in Gears and stuff like that. So imagining in an Apex would be like his ultimate would be the same. You use ultimate, and then I guess you kind of get a blade, I guess, because the melee in Apex isn't like, I mean, it kind of locks on, you know, so I guess it's kind of good, but I don't think it would work out too well, you know, because the guns will shred you real quick. But in Gears you do move faster and stuff as well, and he does have stim, so I guess that would work. I guess it would like buff your shields and then also make you faster and stuff with the melee. So thinking about it, well, maybe it actually would be really overpowered, and then especially if the whole team was grouped up behind a rampart shield, or, you know, hold up in a building, especially like end game, you know, with the ring closing in. Actually, it could be really wild. So it's interesting to think about, you know, just like imagine how it would be in Apex. And then I was trying to think like hit the left bumper, what it could be, because it doesn't exactly, you know, work, because in Gears you just have like a passive and then the ultimate. I was thinking, well, just along the lines of the ultimate with the melee being electric and stuff. So I just thought maybe, you know, the tactical ability, just like when you shoot somebody, then just like do more damage to the shield, basically like a disruptor round type thing is what I was thinking. But I would say, you know, either be that whole clip that you have, or just lasts for like, you know, 10 seconds or something like that. So it's cool to think about. I like it. And then his passive is also that when you kill somebody or deal bleed damage and stuff, the people that die from the bleed damage or melee kills, then you gain like 30% health back and stuff like that. So I guess that would be what it would be. His passive would be that that if you kill him with the melee, then you heal also. But yeah, that would be really overpowered. If you got kills with it, that'd be really crazy. I like thinking about that. It was fun. Alright, the next class is Demolitions, and this class in Gears 5, you're able to mark 5 enemies, and then when you use your ultimate, it'll rain down artillery on them, a bunch of explosions basically, and it does crazy amount of damage. He's the real boss killer of the bunch. So for Apex, I was thinking his tactical ability could be like he throws out like a spotter grenade type thing. It has like a circle of radius basically, and anybody who's caught in that radius then will be like marked. You'll be able to see them through walls and stuff like that. It'll mark them for everybody, all your teammates will be able to see. And then also if they're marked, then you'll be able to use your ultimate to drop the artillery on them. So without that tactical, you can't actually use your ultimate, because it's a crazy overpowered ultimate, but at least you have to use your tactical first and be caught by it to be able to be hit by it. So even though it's like so overpowered, the explosion, at least it makes it hard to actually get hit by, you know, if you're skilled enough to avoid it and stuff like that. And then so I was thinking his passive would be just like when they're holding a grenade, then they regenerate their health, basically like Octane does, how he regenerates health. But Demolitions, you'd have to be holding a grenade to be able to regenerate the health. And I guess there wouldn't be like a weight on it or anything like that, like you get shot and take out the grenade, or kind of be regenerating while getting shot, just to, I don't know, make it a little bit better. Just because even, you know, it's not like you can be in a fight and just be holding a grenade, you know, you're gonna die anyway. But yeah, definitely a weird character to try to transition into Apex. I feel like Blademaster was a little bit better, but neither one is you know, optimal, of course. Next we got Infiltrator. So in Infiltrator in Gears 5, his ultimate is he goes invisible, he cloaks, and he's able to execute all the nearby enemies while he's cloaked, and well, normal size enemies, not big guys. But and then his passive is when he shoots, he comes out of cloak, but his shot does 10 times the amount of a normal shot does. So he's, in my opinion, the best class in Gears 5. I love using him. He's a crazy great shotgun player. So for Apex, I was thinking, you know, they already have the ability to make you invisible because we've seen it with Mirage. After he revives and stuff like that, then you're invisible for a few seconds. So we can already see that they can implement into the game. So in Apex, I guess Infiltrator's character would go invisible. And I was thinking for the tactical, since in Gears he's basically a shotgun player, I was thinking that his tactical ability could be just like you press LB and then he has like a little shotgun type thing, like that fires like a sawed-off type thing that would do a decent amount of damage. You know, not a shotgun that's available in the game, just literally his tactical. You know, like a gun for his tactical, like a sawed-off type thing. And then about the 10 times damage. Obviously that would be way too much. I would say like the amount of damage that it does through an amped, like through Rampart's barrier, so that it's amped. I guess that's what it should do. Coming out of his ultimate, it'll do that amount of damage. And then if you do it through the amped, through the Rampart shield, then I guess it would be like a double amped. So then yeah, it would be really crazy amount of damage for sure. Alright, so this class would be absolutely broken if it was added to Apex. So it would never happen for sure. This is the Marksman class from Gears 5 I'm talking about. So their ability in Gears 5, their ultimate ability is to see all the enemies through walls, and then you're able to shoot them through the walls as well. And then you do crazy amounts of precision damage. You basically can one-shot like all your enemies if you hit headshots pretty much with your cards stacked. And then his passive is that his precision shots penetrate through targets as well. So for Apex, I would say the ultimate would be just to see all the enemies through walls. You know, that's the only way it could be possibly done, because obviously if you're shooting through walls, literally wall hacks and bullshit. Like, I mean, it's just wall hacks anyway, shooting through walls, but shooting through the walls is just a whole nother story. Then it's absolutely, you know, unfair. So I'd say his ultimate would just be able to see all the enemies through the walls, so it'd be a recon class, I would say, obviously. And then his tactical ability could be multiply his precision damage by 1.2 times. So he'd do more precision weapon damage for a certain amount of time. And then sniper shots already do penetrate through targets. So I would say his passive could just be that all his shots can penetrate through targets, not just sniper rifles, but with any guns. So this class, I think, is actually the best class that could transition into Apex that I've talked about so far. This class is Anchor. In Gears 5, his ultimate ability is to deploy an invulnerable barrier that literally moves with you, so it's literally like attached to the front of you. So anywhere you move, anywhere you turn, it's just the very front of you is covered by a barrier. And then his passive is that any teammates who shoot through your barrier, it does 50% more damage. And then he also does 30% more damage with pistols. There's also a card in Gears that increases your maximum health by so much. So I was thinking Apex that your tactical could be like, when you use your tactical, it increases your health, like adds like 25 more health to you or something like that. So you have extra health since he's such a healthy character in Gears 5. And his ultimate in Apex, I was thinking, would be basically like Newcastle's shield kind of type thing. You know, so we already can see that they do that stuff too. But it'll be like attached to you, not like Newcastle's how it can be anywhere, but it'll just be on you, and it also be invulnerable. So, and you can shoot through it, so that's also different. So it'd be crazy overpowered. So yeah, thinking well, never mind. I said that it would actually transition well, but no, definitely not if it was attached to you the same way. Definitely would be crazy overpowered. And then the enemies shoot through it and do 50% more damage. No, never mind. The character's so broken, overpowered, my god. So never mind. He's scrapped. So when I just said about the other character I was going to talk about was the best one that would transition, and then talking about it, I realized that I was totally wrong. This one, though, hear me out. This one is definitely really good. Okay, Brawler from Gears 5. His ultimate is called the Train, and when he uses ultimate, he runs like really fast, basically, and does like, it's called roadie running in Gears 5, and then you melee, and it's called tackle. So you like basically like shoulder charge the enemies. So when he uses ultimate, though, it creates literally a trail of fire everywhere he runs, and then it catches everybody on fire that he runs into. And then you can also do the melee with it as well, so you're also like shoulder charging them at the same time as you're setting them on fire. So I think it would be really awesome in Apex. I think it would actually work well. And then his passive is that when he melees you, it actually stuns the enemies. And then also, like I said, he's able to shoulder charge which normal characters can't do that, just the Brawler can do that. So I was thinking for Apex that his ultimate would be the same, like you run and set a trail of fire, and then anybody you run into and stuff, it sets them ablaze as well. And then also, you know, his passive is that he'd melee and stun you, and then also could do the shoulder charge type thing. I think he would actually be like a fun character, and actually like, because melee's not really a big part of Apex at all, but using him it would actually be like very viable. So I was thinking that his tactical, to make it a little bit more viable, would be like fortify himself. So I don't know how it would work exactly, but like create a damage resistance to everything, you know, so that while he's like running, then he doesn't take as much damage. So this video is just about wrapping up here, and let me know in the comments if you like the Hemlock and if you prefer it on burst fire or single fire. So I've always preferred it on burst fire, but this challenge was to like down like 20 enemies or something while ADSing with single fire, and I was still going through that in this gameplay. I completed it a little bit later, but I found actually doing the challenge, the single fire, was actually really good as well. I never thought it was so good, but it turns out it actually is. I actually shred people with single fire or burst. I love the Hemlock. I always loved it. And yeah, you can see we won here. I did about 2,000 damage in like the last two circles or something like that. It was pretty crazy. Did 4K, like 4.3 thousand total. So that was about it for my commentary about the Gears characters joining Apex. It was just funny to think about, you know. Of course it would never happen or anything like that. But if you like this one, I could talk about other characters as well, because there's still a lot of characters, there's like 20 of them. But if you liked the video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. And comment, let me know what you thought about all my crazy thoughts in this commentary. And also about the Hemlock like I asked. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Alright guys, peace.